All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for real people just like you right there and just like me right here. So Ann Wilson returns. She's got a brand new song out. It's called Greed. She actually will explain to us what the song is about. I watched the video. I saw a bunch of smokestacks in the video spewing noxious chemicals into the atmosphere. And it's weird how certain age groups just stick to the things that they think are wrong with the world, and they don't explore any new territory. So Greed, she'll describe it, but the video to me looked as though it may have been going after maybe these companies that are polluting, and there are a lot of polluters, and obviously we should be doing stuff about that, right? But there are also a lot of other companies that are extremely greedy, like pharmaceutical companies. Funny how you don't see a certain group of people ever targeting big pharma, right? Especially after the last 2 years, where there's so much material that you could probably dedicate a concept album to that particular idea. Anyway, the song is out. It's good. I'm going to come out as I like it. It skirts the line between like true Seattle grunge and old school melodic rock. It's right on the guardrail. The guitar work in it is spectacular, and Anne still sings like no other woman in her age group, really. I don't know anyone else who sounds as good as Ann Wilson at her age. It's quite remarkable. Again, is it my favorite song, though? No. Is it better than material that Heart did through most of their career? No. And I think it also continues to signal to Heart fans, and probably over to her sister, Nancy, that maybe Heart is all done. And as she continues to kind of just drift away from that style, and you could say, well, Heart, they reinvented themselves a lot, and they could probably reinvent themselves with this material, this kind of material. And that might be true, but I think, you know, Anne wanted a certain sound on this record, and she got it. Now, her description of the song is kind of interesting. Greed is that thing in our animal nature that makes us want more. Wilson explains about the song's theme, whether it be money, sex, power, or ecstasy. It's funny how she talks here about power, but a lot of these folks don't see how much corporate and government power is just running amok and completely out of control. They don't see that. They kind of see maybe individual evil business people, you know, sort of shadowy figures. And they don't realize that those people are basically working in the government or with the government. So it's this monolithic sort of 1980s view of corporate greed, or just greed in general. She goes on, and it's a pretty good explanation. I don't think this is poorly worded. Ecstasy, I'm not sure what she's referring to there. But anyway, when you turn around and catch yourself making decisions because you want the money, now this is interesting, or because you're caught in the headlights of glory, well, those are greedy moments. Okay. I wonder if this is a little dig at her sister here, because her sister has done interviews where she's said, look, there's a lot of money on the table, meaning that if Heart goes on tour, they're going to make a lot of money. People are going to go and see Heart perform live, and they're more apt to do that than going to see either sister on their own. It's just a fact of life. You've got casual fans that might know who Ann Wilson is, but they may not really be that familiar with Nancy Wilson. It's kind of weird, isn't it? But we're living in a different age. I think both sisters are really important to that band. And if Heart was to get back together again, I think people would be excited about it. But there's this corporate view of music, which also could be a topic that this song might overlay part onto. I don't know. I'm trying to say something and it's probably not working. But it's interesting that she would say that you get captured, you're caught in the headlights of glory, and those are greedy moments, and maybe you need to let go of those greedy moments. But she does say all of us are guilty of this. It's in our animal nature, she says. Very interesting. So maybe she's just admitting that we're all greedy and we all have an inclination to greed, or it could be a little dig at her sister. It might not be. I'm probably reading more into it than needs to be read into it, but the song is pretty good. I'm not going to, bash the song. Again, you might not like it if you're expecting to hear like Dog and Butterfly, okay, or Straight On. This is not your father's or your grandfather's version of Heart, okay? This is a different. It's not Heart to begin with, and then it's different. She's actually got a track on a new album featuring Vince Gill. So my guess is there are many different styles on this record. There's possibly a cover of Bridge of Sighs on here, that amazing work of art from guitar wizard Robin Trower. That's going to be interesting. The album's called Fierce Bliss, and you can go to annwilson.com and pre-order it now. It's interesting enough where I might be wanting to hear some more songs. This isn't something I would pre-order probably, but if you're a fan of classic rock and maybe you liked that 90s thing, but my guess is you're probably going to hear some other styles on this if Vince Gill is on there, unless she uses Vince as a prop, a vocal prop of some kind. But my guess is they probably did a straight up kind of folky thing or country thing, and that's cool too. Look, we need new music. Despite what certain people think these days about the music industry, it's good that new material is coming. And Ann Wilson, she's been cranking out solo albums here and there. I wish Heart would get back together with the kind of enthusiasm that Ann Wilson and Nancy Wilson seem to have when they're out there doing solo projects, but it doesn't look good in that area. One thing I can say about a possible Heart reunion is I still think there's some, bad blood and some things that haven't been totally resolved from what happened a few years back. But that's just me speculating. Could be nothing, right? Could just be that Anne is bored and she's bored with that sound and she doesn't really care that much about making tons of money. My guess is she has enough. And sooner or later, one of these two sisters is probably going to sell their catalog. So then they can take their music off of Spotify. Anyway, I would check the song out. It's called Greed. It's not bad. Scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it maybe a 7. Go check it out. At least there's something new for us to listen to that doesn't sound like complete crap. So there you go. All right, I'm done with this video. Don't forget to check out the channel, and meaning that you subscribe and then hit the bell for notifications. Also, you can check out my other channel via a link on the banner of the channel. It's a similar channel, but I talk pretty much just about politics and the media. So it's a bit different in that regard. It doesn't mean I might not say something about a music artist like Neil Young has been in the news a lot these days. You never know what I'm going to talk about. That's the beauty of everything. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.